Today's video is going to be all about Merit Beauty. I have a whole stash of Merit Beauty products where we're going to try them on. We're going to swatch them, we're going to wear them, and then we're going to talk about what I think. If that sounds like a good time to you, let's just jump right in. We're going to start with Merit's latest release, which is this Merit Glow Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is a bi-phase product, so you want to make sure you shake, shake, shake. It is in a lovely glass package. It has this beautiful gold lid, and it has a very nice pump. We're going to pat this into the skin. Hopefully it gives us a nice hydrated base because their foundation is a stick foundation, and a lot of stick foundations tend to be a little bit dry. So first impressions of the Merit Great Skin, it is a little bit oily, and I think it may have made my face a little bit red. We're going to give this a little bit to kind of like soak in and do its magic before we go in with the stick. We're going to go in with the Merit Perfecting Complexion Stick. This is like a foundation concealer in one. I have it in the shade Dune, and this is what it looks like. This is the old packaging. If you purchase it now, the packaging looks a little bit different and you actually get more product. I don't know how good of a match this is going to be, but here we go. I'm generally a light coverage type of person. I don't want a heavy face of makeup. I also tend to use my fingers to apply, but I do have some brushes just in case I need them. That is the first application of the Perfecting Stick. I'm actually going to go in and see if I can get a little bit more coverage, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. Blending brush. So this is what a second layer looks like. As you can see, it's definitely still very light coverage. You can still see all my imperfections. You can see my redness, you can see my acne marks, scars, all of that. I feel like my skin might have been a little bit too dry. Like I may not have used a hydrating enough base to use this because I have dehydrated skin. So that is the up close, the nitty gritty of what my skin looks like. Where it looks the worst is where I have the most texture, which is right here in the forehead / eyebrow region. This is the Merit Bronze Balm. It comes in this gold packaging. I have the shade Quince. To be honest, I don't love this packaging. I wish it came in like the highlighter packaging. Just the aesthetic is better. It's cleaner. It also feels sturdier. Just a warning, I don't generally use bronzer, so I don't even know if I'm doing this right. If you're like, girl, you're doing that wrong, leave a comment and let me know the right way to do it. This is just going to be a way to test the color to see if it's orange and to test the formula to see if it's easy to apply. I am going to use a brush. I'm not going to put this directly on my face, but this is what the color looks like. It's pretty warm. My forehead is pretty small, so we'll see how this looks. I have two blushes from Merit. I have the shade Cheeky and the shade Mood. I will definitely give you some swatches of these. We have Cheeky and we have Mood. This is the vibe I'm a little bit more interested in doing. We're going to do things a little bit different. We're just going to put this directly on my cheek and blend out. See how that works in case that's how you're interested in trying the product. So cheek, cheek, blend. I don't usually wear a lot of blush because I have natural redness that tends to come out from my skin because I'm pretty sure I have rosacea. Okay, we're going to do the brow pomade next. I have it in the shade Brown. Comes in this gold packaging. Again, not my favorite packaging. And what's interesting about this is the long end is the wand, which I guess helps you get a little bit more control, but it does show that you don't get very much product. I am not a brow pomade girl because I have naturally very full brows. I don't really need to do very much to them, and it's just not my vibe. But because this is a Merit video, we're going to put it on my face. So product, no product. The brow pomade obviously made a big difference. It made my eyebrows much more of a statement than I usually like. I do need to get my eyebrows done. That's why they're kind of crazy looking, but it is what it is for the sake of this video. Next, we're going to use the bronzer as an eyeshadow. I'm just going to put it on my lids and then blend it out. I'm going to use my fingers to do this. This is pretty emollient, so I don't know how well it's gonna stick. We're gonna move to the highlighting balm. I have 2 shades. Again, I really love this packaging. I have the shade Kava, which is the original shade that I purchased, and then I have the shade Bounce, and of course swatches. So this is gonna be kind of hard to see the difference. This is Kava, which is more of like your typical like champagne-y highlight, and then this is Bounce, which has more of a pink leaning to it, which you can see from the product itself. Because of the darker blush that we went with, and because we're going to be doing a darker lip, I'm going to be using this champagne highlight, and I'm going to put it also as my inner corner highlight for my eyes because I really like that. For the eyes, I'm going to use my finger. I'm just going to press it in. Now we're going to go through and highlight the high points of the face. I always do like the Cupid's bow area right here. Not too much though. And then I do down the center of the nose. And the high points, I kind of do like a, yes, I know my hair runs together here. Going to do around my eye. We're going to finish the eyes by going in with the mascara. This says it's a tubing mascara. We'll see. Thrive is my ride or die when it comes to tubing mascaras, but we're going to try to give this one a fair shot. This is what the wand looks like. I have very long lashes. I don't generally have to curl them either. I know I'm lucky that way. So far this is giving like subtle mascara, which isn't surprising given the brand. I never put mascara on my bottom lashes because it just smudges. And I just don't like the look. Okay, I have 4 lip products that I'm going to swatch for you. The first one is one of the lip oils. This is in the shade Pink Beat. Next we have this shade Sangria. So we have Pink Beat and then Sangria. These packages are very nice, very pretty. We have the glass bottles, the gold lids. Okay, we also have the Merit Signature Lips. I have the shade Baby and the shade L'Avenue. We're going to do Baby first. This package, super luxe, probably the best packaging that Merit has done. This is the shade Baby. It's like a pinky brown. And then the last shade we have is L'Avenue. Okay, so this is the blush color that we went with. So the color that makes the most sense is going to be this L'Avenue Signature Lip. We decided on L'Avenue for the lip color. This, you can kind of get different opacities with this. You can put it on like gently and get like a very sheer color, or you can like kind of layer it up. And this is a very vampy color for me, so we're gonna go gentle. My lips are very dry and chapped right now, and if you look very closely, you can see where the lip product like clung to my dry patches. That's not the formula's problem, that's just my problem because my lips are dry. Okay, so this is the full face. I am gonna get dressed. I have errands to run. We're gonna try to take some pictures in natural sunlight so you can see what it looks like outside of the context of my bathroom. So here we are in natural light. You can see how this looks on my skin. Again, quite a bit of texture. Also, maybe not quite the right color. I'm looking really pale. It's time for the end of the day check-in. It has been 7-ish hours since I put it on. About to wash my face. This is what it looks like. Obviously, it's like almost completely gone in the forehead, the chin, above the lip. Lipstick is obviously completely gone. I am looking a little bit oily, to say the least. So now I'm just gonna wash it off with my LMS Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm, and then we're gonna do a final wrap up. It's time for that final roundup that I promised you. I've been using these Merit products for a little while at this point, so I can give you my final thoughts. We're gonna start with this Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is a serum, but it's also a primer, which is complicated because I usually put moisturizer on after a serum, but this is also very oily. So I don't think serum is the right word for this.
This is definitely like a face oil. It has hyaluronic acid and some derivatives like sodium hyaluronate, and it has propendol in it, which is, I believe, derived from corn. What I did today was I used my SPF and then I went in with the Great Skin Serum afterwards, only in places that I knew I could use a little bit more hydration. And then I went in with the stick. For the Merit foundation stick, I'm just not really a foundation stick type of person. Today when I applied it, I actually went in pretty heavy. Like in the video footage, I went in very light and I didn't get very much coverage. So today I went in and like really drew it on, and then I used a brush to apply it. This is definitely a stick that needs a brush. I think with fingers, it doesn't quite spread the way you need to. And it also needs to be put on quite thick so that you actually get any type of coverage, which is unfortunate because this product is a little bit expensive and I definitely feel like I'm wearing makeup, and so that's just not my ideal. So I'm gonna say the Merit Perfecting Stick is just probably not for me. The bronzer is a very I don't like bronzer, which makes it perfect for me because I don't like bronzer. You literally can't put too much of this on because it blends away to almost nothing, which is perfect for me. So I actually really like this product, and I will probably reach for it when I choose to bronze. I already knew that I liked the Merit Highlighting Balm. I just decided to get it in another color and I wanted to see how it worked. In the footage, I described Bounce as pinker than Kava, but that is completely incorrect. If you look at the swatch, you can definitely tell it's a completely different shade. If you think that Bounce won't work for you because you are fair, I think you should give it a shot because it goes on and you can't really see it quite as pronounced as in the swatches. These are products that I'm going to use. I use them all the time with other makeup products. Again, highlighting balm is one of my favorites and I highly recommend. The Merit blushes were another thing that I already knew that I liked. I had purchased Cheeky like last year, and then I got the color Mood just to see if I liked the shade. I definitely prefer Cheeky. I like this formula because it blends very easily and you don't overdo it. You can't really overdo it because you apply it and then you blend it, and then your skin does kind of eat some of the color, so it does fade a little bit. So if you like a very natural looking blush, this is the way to go. If you like a very intense blush, you may not like this formula. Merit claims that this is a tubing mascara, but if you've used an actual tubing mascara like Thrive, you know that this is not a tubing mascara. It does well at not flaking or smudging, but that doesn't mean it's a tubing mascara because it doesn't actually form tubes around your lashes. This is also very natural girl makeup. I would liken it to the Glossier mascara. And there's a time and a place for this type of thing, but it isn't my go-to. Next we have the brow pomade. I'm not a brow person, as I mentioned earlier, so I don't know if I can give like a really definitive review on this. I will say I prefer to use a brow pencil if I'm going to fill in my brows. I will use this, but I wouldn't repurchase it. I've been using the Merit lip oil for a couple of years now. I recently purchased the shade Sangria. I really just love this formula. I love that it's sheer. I love that it gives just the right amount of color. I love that it's easy to put on, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. We've come to the most controversial product in the Merit Beauty product lineup, and that is the Signature Lip. Some people hate this product and some people love it. I'm in team love. I wish they would come out with a few more shades. Some people talk about how some shades apply differently than others, or that you can't get an even application. I have not had that problem with it, and I really like them, and if more shades come out, I will purchase them. We're going to conclude this with my thoughts on the brand. When Merit first launched, I thought they were trying to be like a Westman Atelier situation because Westman Atelier had their foundation stick and Merit launched the foundation stick. But as the product catalog has expanded, you can tell that Merit's doing their own thing. I am hopefully optimistic about Merit. I will be watching their new releases. overall, I really like the brand. I'd be interested to see what an eyeshadow looks from them. As far as prices, when Merit first came out, they were a little bit high priced, but now that they've included more foundation in a stick, I think their prices are reasonable, especially since their quality is good. So I hope this is helpful for you so that you can get an idea about Merit. I'm going to have links in the description for all these products. And if you like this type of review, you should check out my review of Kosas, which I'm going to link up here and down in the description box.